All right, in this explainer, we're going to dive into a philosophical question that, honestly, feels like it's from another time, but is also incredibly important right now. And it's a question that just might make you rethink everything you know about belief itself. So, here it is. Think about this for a second. What's the real difference between a religious fanatic, someone whose entire life is driven by a divine faith, and a diehard communist, driven by an absolute, unwavering political ideology? I mean, on the surface, they seem like they're from different planets. But are they? According to the lecture this explainer is based on, the answer is they're exactly the same. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds nuts, right? How could that possibly be? Well, to get our heads around this, we have to kind of tear down our basic ideas of what faith and belief even are. And it all starts right here, by completely redefining the concept of faith. The argument in this lecture is that for centuries, we've basically been looking at it all wrong. To really get this new perspective, we've got to learn a new term. It's a Korean word, shinang. And this word changes the whole game. You see, shinang isn't just about religion. It's about any belief system. It could be religious, sure, but it could also be political, or even a corporate mission that people use to form a group and gather strength. And once you start thinking in terms of shinang, everything shifts. Under this big umbrella, communism and Christianity aren't opposites anymore. They're just different tools for the same job. A political party, a tech company with a super intense culture, a revolutionary movement. They're all serving the same basic human function, organizing people and creating powerful groups. So that brings up the next big question, right? If all these shitting systems were just tools, what exactly were they for? I mean, why did humanity need them for so long? Well, the lecture says these belief systems were basically humanity's training wheels. Think about it. During our childhood as a species, we were pretty vulnerable. We needed to lean on something bigger than ourselves, a god, a powerful idea, a leader, just to get organized, gather our strength, and, survive. It was an absolutely crucial stage in our development. But here it is. This is the massive turning point in the entire argument. That phase, that whole era of needing to lean on a higher power, it's over. According to the source, humanity has graduated. The lecture uses this really simple but powerful analogy of a child growing up. When you're a kid, you depend on your parents for everything. That reliance is what helps you grow strong. But eventually, you become an adult, you become independent. And your goal totally shifts. It's not about asking for help anymore, it's about living a life that makes your parents proud. And the argument is, that's exactly where humanity is right now. So if we keep clinging to these old shin-ung systems, whether they're religious or political, it's like being a fully grown adult who's still asking their parents for allowance money. From this point of view, our creator isn't pleased by that kind of dependence anymore. Actually, they're disappointed. Okay, so if the age of leaning on a higher power is over, then what's next? Well, the lecture proposes a pretty radical new purpose for humanity. Our job is no longer to ask for help. Our job is now to make our creator happy. And this slide just breaks it down perfectly. You had the growth era, the goal is to survive and grow. The action was leaning on God or faith, and the result was that we gained strength. But now we're in the mature era. The goal is completely different. It's to thrive and to enlighten. And the action? It's simply living joyfully. And the result of that is what makes God happy. It's a total flip from taking to giving back through our own happiness. This whole idea is summed up in one powerful quote from the source. The argument is that it's no longer about prayers or rituals or ideological purity. The single most important thing you can do is live a joyful, fulfilled life. That is the new form of worship. And this brings us to the final part of the lecture, and it's definitely the most prophetic. So what does this new era actually look like? If we've all graduated, well, where do we go from here? The lecture closes with a very specific and pretty bold prophecy. It claims we're all entering a spiritual age, and that the people of Korea, who it calls the Chanson, or descendants of heaven, have a unique and special role to play in leading all of us into this new era. So what's their mission, according to this source? It's to absorb all the world's knowledge and culture, kind of synthesize it all, and through that process, find their own authentic, joyful purpose as a people. And the core idea here is that this collective joy will create a kind of positive energy. The source calls it a vibration, that will literally radiate out from them, inspiring the rest of the world and ultimately bringing about global peace. And this is the final, really profound question that the lecture leaves us wrestling with. Could it be that world peace won't be achieved through politics or war or power, but through the authentic, radiant joy of one people finding their true purpose? It's a radical idea for sure, and it forces us to ask, what would a world built on that principle actually look like?